Ladies and gents, how you guys doing? Big ups to everybody listening and rocking with us early on this beautiful Friday morning. Happy Friday once again. I'm your host, David, alongside Johnny Boy.
Hey.
And we do have a special guest in the building, Ebba T.
Hey.
Good morning.
I just thought that's how you guys get it started this morning.
You know, that's the way yeah, definitely.
I should really stop watching Fat Albert before I come here. Every time it's like, especially since, Bill Cosby and everything. So we just got it.
No comments.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
Excellent. I'm having a wonderful morning waking up so early.
Oh, yeah? You're not a morning person?
No, I mean, I am, but I haven't done this early radio for a long time.
I could only imagine.
I missed it, though.
Yeah, me and Ebba, we go really, really back to the Afro days. And I was just telling them as well, like, how I got into the radio is that I think it was a long time ago, you got me an interview on The Hype. Also, all along. And then after that, as well. Here we are. That's what started it all.
That was like a month after Emperor Haile Selassie was born.
What are you trying to do?
You said that was a long time ago. I'm like, what? When was that?
You'd be surprised, by the way. It would be 10 or 11 years, man.
No, I have told a lot of people that I'm much younger than that. So let's not go there. I don't know you. You don't know me.
Exactly. So tell Ebba T. Tell us about you. Well, we do have Ebba T here, a person of many talents. He's known to training different groups, personal coach, and so forth. Tell us briefly as to what you've been up to past few years.
I've been doing a lot of things. So, as you know, I have been now accredited, Europe accredited as a life coach. Right. So that's something that I've always wanted to do, and I was able to do it. Mm-hmm. I believe it will be very helpful in the work that I do, and it has been very a big point, a big lift to what I've been doing. So it has been quite helpful. I've been in event hosting, voiceover. I've just become an ambassador last year for a certain bank. I won't say because we haven't sponsored you guys yet.
I hear you. That's amazing.
But I've become a voiceover ambassador for that, and that's something that I had been waiting for. Like I used to not do a lot of adverts, believing that someday someone will discover my talent and would want me.
Exactly. And you're also such a huge force on social media as well. You're quite a big influencer now. And
thank you. I've been doing Facebook for a long time, actually. Facebook, and now since it's TikTok time, I'm doing a lot of TikTok as well. Not like Kevin Hart, where I go, let's do TikTok. I'm doing a TikTok, and that's all the video is. He doesn't do anything.
He talks about doing TikTok.
So no, but mine is like somewhat life coaching and all that, but also some fun and jokes and, a lot of people knowing that I'm a psychologist or like life coach, Ebba T, think I'm a very serious kind of guy. I'm not. Like, I literally am not. Like, so I try to bring out that personality as well and just have fun with people, I make jokes. Yeah,
that's amazing, by the way. And speaking of the as a life coach as well, and one of the things as well, like I want to know what is the biggest challenge that you have seen as a coach. You know what I mean? What are the basic common traits that you see that people are struggling with?
Habits.
Right.
Having goals, but having a challenge achieving them. Because a lot of people, they say, I have these different goals. I have this and this and that. It's like. So they're so excited about it, and then they tell you, but I'm not doing any of them, so what should I do? Well, first of all, if you ask a doctor if people are sick, the doctor is going to tell you many people are sick because everybody that comes to him is sick.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I can only talk about the people that come to me, but I know that there are a lot of people out there that are actually achieving and making their goals a reality and achieving that. But those that do come to counselors and those that do come to coaches, they have those challenges where they have dreams, they have goals that they want to achieve, but they're having challenges of actually making it happen. So that's what we work on. Yeah.
Creating those habits as well. So.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I feel that's one of the biggest challenges as well, is like to pick up a habit. It's one of the things we discuss as well, is like, most of us have this habits that are producing the results that we have right now. And it's like when you're told to change it up, it's just, it gets you out of your comfort zone. How do you really go about it? Because most of the people know the things they need to do, but they don't do it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I try to people already know, especially nowadays, they have that information, but they don't really do it. What do you think is holding them back?
I mean, see, the thing is, our minds sometimes don't know the difference of when it's done or when you are having like a great time thinking that you want to do it.
That's true.
So you get so satisfied with the idea of doing it that you're like, it's I mean, if I did it, this is what I'm gonna get, and I'm already getting it.
So
Happy is what I would feel.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people should not be excited and not be happy about their goals, but the major thing that we have to work on would be our discipline. Because when you want to change a habit, a certain level of discipline is needed, and then you trick your mind into loving it. Because people, let's say, if they want to stop smoking or something, they do like a cold turkey, like let's just stop, which is very hard. Like your mind is gonna go, hell no, what you talking about? Like, I want that, and it's like a baby who you cannot say no to, but you know it's gonna hurt him. So it's always that struggle. But if you make it more fun, like if you take away a candy from a child by just snatching it, it's gonna suffer. But if you make it a little more fun, like, okay, let's take away the candy. I'll give it back to you. Let's take away the candy. Like,
slowly.
When it's playful, it's easier. 1, 2. If you place, let's say, you take the candy and give it like a sweet, an apple. It's healthy, but it's sweet. So an alternative, something that's different, but that's not as harming as this one. Even when you go to like rehab centers and you have like drug issues, let's say, what happens is they give you a drug. They give you a drug, but they bring down the dose slowly. So they don't give you the drug you were taking, they give you a different drug to similar high, but then they take it down a notch and then lower and it goes out. But if you go cold turkey and you just want to do it, it becomes painful. And when it's so painful, your mind says stop, and it's very powerful when it says that, because it's not comfortable. It's like when a person is trying to swim but they don't know how to swim, and they start to sink, and then you try to go and help a person that's trying to sink, you're sinking with them.
Oh, that's true.
Because they hold everything, like your hands, your legs, bro. Like, I know guys, they wait for you to just drink up and, doze off before they come and pick you out.
Make sure it's straight. It's crazy.
Exactly. So, I mean, there is that level of care that you have to put into creating a habit. But in that sense, it takes 21 days to create a habit. It's like this. You take a plug in the mind, you take a plug and you plug it somewhere else. That's how it is. That's how a habit is created. I don't want to go very technical, but that's basically what it's... Yeah, so for you to unplug from one place and to plug it into another, you need to make it comfortable. Like, if you don't want to eat in the evenings, but you still want to eat, you play one of your favorite music and you dance your way into pushing away the plate. Be happy to do it.
Slowly.
Yeah, like, people would have to go to the gym and they would say, I have to go to the gym. Have to is not fun. But when you change your word to like, I get to go to the gym.
Well, that's a shift, by the way.
It's a complete shift.
Yeah, our words is something that we belittle. Like, I feel like most of us don't know the power of our words.
Ooh, if only we did. If only we did. Because what happens is, even the good book says, life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Ooh.
Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Like, there's a music, maybe we can play it later, a guy called Toby Mac. He says, speak life.
Yeah, I think I know that song.
I love that song. And the concept behind it is you can speak life into people, but you can speak life into yourself as well. Because whatever you're saying to other people, your mind and your body hears it first.
That's true. And I feel like that's what we're lacking the most. Right now, everybody and everywhere is just talking about all the sad things, the negative things, and I feel like that's what we're putting into our reality as well. Like, we are all aware of the power that we possess by just saying these things.
True. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand the concept that where you have to talk about some negative things in your life, because recognizing it, it's not about denial. Okay? It's not about denial. Denying it actually bottles up things, and someday it will explode. So you don't want to deny it. You want to recognize that there is a problem, there is an issue, but then you speak about how to make things better and speak about a hope of what the future can be. You know what I mean? So you focus on the positive, but you do recognize there is a certain level of negative as well. You know, like in every part of our lives, there's the good, there's the exciting, and then there's the not so good. I'm trying to be politically right.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't want to say anything that goes beep.
I'll beep for you.
But so basically, there is the bad as well. So you have to be realistic. You know, there's a duck that puts her head in the sand when an enemy comes to eat her. That does not change anything. You know what I mean? Like,
the enemy's still coming.
Yeah, it's like, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. No, it does.
Run.
Yeah, exactly. Don't look at it, but you can run. You know, so it's not about closing your eyes, but it's about making the shift and making that change and making that difference in your life. Thinking of what you can do more than what has happened. A lot of people, when they fall, they think the fall is the biggest thing. No, the fall is nothing. You've fallen all your life. When you started walking, you fell like crazy.
That's true.
With your feet up in the air.
That's true.
This is reality. But then the game is, after you fell, you got up and left, and you learned how to walk. In life, it's not about you falling. You're gonna fall. It's normal. But what you gotta focus on, and the big thing, is what made you fail. A lot of people, they get angry at, like, let's say, if a banana peel, slipped. And they slipped on a banana peel and they fell, they blame the ground. They feel bad, that they fell. And falling is a bad thing, and that's all they talk about, not the banana peel. So when they get up and try to walk again, what happens? The peel takes them down again. And then they say, no. You see, walking is bad. It's walking that's making you fall. So they stop walking.
So instead of going after the real cause of the problem.
What is the issue? It wasn't walking. It was the banana peel. Get the banana peel out of your way and keep walking. That's what life is. You gotta, when you understand this, there's a difference in your life.
Going roots, understanding where the problem is coming from.
Exactly.
That's a very key point.
What is the mindset like most of us have when, earlier you mentioned how the fear of failure is what holds us back from achieving anything that we want to achieve, right? Like when you fall, you think that you fixate on the problems that don't actually exist, as opposed to having this internal conversation with yourself. But why is it that we're so afraid, especially when we're trying something new, to fail? Or when we don't succeed after a few tries? Why is it that we tend to give up often? Like, has that ever happened to you? Like, especially being in the media for the better part of your life, you've seen a lot of people struggling with giving speeches in front of people, or having confidence with doing new things, getting out of their comfort zone,
or even being active on social media.
Pain has that effect on people. When you were a kid, your parents used a fu against you. A fu is the concept that it burns, but you only got burned once. You touch the fire or the stove or something and it burns you, and they said afu. Now that word is associated with pain, so anything else they don't want you to touch, they say afu. and you know what a fu means.
It's going to burn.
Exactly. Exactly. And they say, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know that's it. So the heat is going to be there. You could get burned. But then going on is the game. So pain in itself is a survival technique to prevent us from getting, well, I was going to say damaged, but it makes us sound like a toy. Like getting hurt. It's a protective instinct. So if it's painful, run. Because you need to survive. This thing could kill you. That's what the fear is about. But the fear of failure feels the same as a physical pain that could kill you. Like a relationship heartbreak feels like there's someone stabbing you for real. But it's not real. It's just a feeling. It's just a thought. You know? And because they're similar, and because pain in our mind or running from pain is a survival technique, our mind quickly wants to run away and not want to do it again. Now, in that case, the conscious side of our minds would have to push a little more. You start small, but you push a little. Because when you're comfortable at a certain place, you don't want to leave. Because why would you? You feel like you're getting, relaxed, everything you need. What everybody wants is to relax and feel good and just be, And if you're getting that where you are, you're not going to feel the pain. The difference between a human being is, you know that sitting there for too long might not cause you a pain now, but for your future, it will. Because if you're just sitting on the sofa, watching a movie, you're not going to feel any pain at this moment. You're just going to feel comfort. You're going to feel good. You're going to enjoy. You don't care about anything. But then, money runs out. There's not going to be food in the house. Netflix is going to stop because you haven't paid. So there's all of that pain coming in the future. The beauty of the human mind is it can calculate what future pain is, unfelt pain, and be able to take the pain now to prevent the bigger pain later. Like, for example, my father used to tell me, I used to get tonsillitis all the time. I even got it this week. And he would tell me, okay, we have to go to the hospital and get you a shot. And I hated the shots because they were freaking painful. I had Byzantine. I don't know if any of you got that.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. Like, I got that for like months every day. And you know what? Like, after getting the shot, one side is just numb and so painful, you can't sit on it. And then the doctor says, sit on it. And it's like, no. And my father said to me, you have two choices. You can either die or take the medicine. It wasn't a very wise kind of...
That's how it's going to go.
Yeah. So he just put it this way. Either you can take the bigger pain later of suffering and dying, or you can just take the little pain now. I don't know what the bigger pain looks like, but I can imagine. So one of the things that we can do to get ourselves up is let our mind know that staying in this position might feel comfortable now, but then no. If you don't leave, if you don't get out and do what you gotta do or what you need to do,
it'll be a big problem.
You will have a more painful life later. So your mind will start thinking, okay, let me sacrifice it now for later.
So you gotta trick your brain into thinking the consequences of an action in the future are much more dire than you normally would think.
That's one thing. Another option is showing it that there's even more pleasure in doing what you're gonna do.
Now, how do you do that?
So, okay, our mind works in two principles. It's called pleasure and pain. Whatever is painful, our mind runs away from. Whatever is pleasurable, our mind runs to. Okay, so you make it as pleasurable as possible when you want to do something. Let's say, just what I was talking about of like, you definitely want to eat that full pasta in the evening, but you know that all of that carb is gonna mess you up. So you create in your mind, and you tell your mind, listen, I'm gonna enjoy stopping. And then you give yourself a prize for doing it. Something you love or something. Like if I don't eat pasta for or whatever, if I don't eat dinner for a week, I'm gonna go to the water park. Or I don't know. Whatever works for you, whatever rocks your boat, So you tell yourself whatever excites you, you associate it with that. Okay? So our minds work in neuro associations, which means when you were dating a certain girl and you used to go and walk on a certain road, your mind associates that road with pleasure and love.
That's true.
So, God forbid if you break up with her and things don't go well, every time you pass by, you have that nostalgic feeling of like, I miss that girl. and even if you don't miss her, you feel good passing by that road. So that's a neuroassociation. So you can purposefully, willfully associate positive things with what you want to do. Whatever you like, you can associate with what you have to do and maybe not like.
Man, there you have it, man. I wish we had more time.
Beautifully said.
To talk more and dive in, ladies and gents. But we had the man Ebba T, and we look forward to having you over and continue on our conversations, man. It's just time's running out fast.
I know.
When you're having an incredible time. But ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Ebba, for joining us this Friday morning as well. Appreciate it.
Funny enough, I thought we were taking a break, and then I just realized the time is over.
I'm telling you.
I talk too much. I miss radio, man.
We need you back on the radio wave as well, for sure. But, in the meantime as well, you are more than welcome to join us here.
Thank you.
And conversing on all these different topics. Ladies and gents, you know how we end the show. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Your good is better. And your better is best, my people. Have a wonderful Friday and have an incredible weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday morning with another episode, with another segment of our InSheger Talk Show. In the meantime, go out and be